Hey guys, Jason here, stopping by for a quick 5-minute lesson today. 5-minute lesson. Hey, listen, have you heard this before? Cash flow is king. Absolutely 100%. As a property investor, you must make sure your cash flow is coming in all the time so you don't have to top up your property portfolio from your pocket. It comes from other places. Today I want to talk about positive cash flow property, the property that creates a rental income that covers the costs, covers the interests, and has money left over. Now, some of us do positive gearing using our tax benefits. Some of us do negative gearing, which you shouldn't be negative gearing or negative cash flow property. But today I'm going to talk about positive cash flow property. Pays for the cost, pays for the interest. Cash flow is king. Many of us need to understand how to do this and where to do it safely. Now, many people have been chasing rental yields. I'm talking about 6 to 12% rental yield in residential real estate, not commercial, not retail properties. This is residential. Many people have chased these types of rental yields in the past in mining towns. Today, my conversation is not about mining towns. It's not about small towns. Get rid of those out of your mind. As far as I'm concerned, as a property investor, I want high rental income, high rental yield in a capital city. In a big city, in a cap city. How do I do that? Where do I get that? Good question. That's what I want to talk to you guys today about. Cash flow being king. All right, let's talk it through. Number one, the first place that you can get cash flow, extra cash flow in a city, and this sort of starts here and sort of goes that way, is dual income property. Now, dual income is very similar in circumstances all over Australia, depending on dual income can be a house and a granny flat. Dual income can be two dwellings, two separate rental dwellings under one roof. Dual income can sometimes be two apartments built with two separate keys. They're not the greatest for lending, but dual income. You've got two dwellings on one title, they're not separated. Okay, and they produce an extra income. In this dual income space, typically you're getting anywhere from 6 to 7% rental income. I'm a big fan of the dual income properties. I love them. I think they're a great way to be in the market. You can get them in nearly every state of Australia. The big cities, Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, you can do them in those cities. From about $450 to $850 depending on the city. Now, I'm a big fan of dual income, good rental yield. You know, if your interest rates are 4%, your costs are 1%, then you've got a positive cash flow property right off the bat there. I'm a big fan of that one. Dual income, I will today put in a duplex into the dual, a duplex which is a property with two dwellings, but they're separate in title. Sometimes they have a better income as well, but I'm not talking about them for cash flow today. I'm talking about dual income. You can put the duplex in there, but it's often it's a capital growth deal, a duplex, rather than an income deal. Now, dual income, number one, that's the thing. You can get it, like I said, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, the good cities. Do not go into the countryside. For me, I prefer to be in the big cities getting growth and cash flow. Big thumbs up. This little one, display. Many places around Australia. And it's a bit difficult to find. You've got to go through someone like us or have connections in this sort of space. You can buy the display homes that the builders run all of their sales work out of, and they give you a long-term locked-in lease. And those leases typically are between 7 and sometimes up to 10%. Now, I love this one. Many of our clients have done the display strategy, and they have had a 3 or 5 year fixed lease on display, 7 to 8% rental yield for the whole time, massive positive cash flow. And the builders make that display really nice. They fix it up, they put extra stuff in, and at the end, they renovate and they make sure it's up to brand new standard. So I love this one. It gets land, it ticks all the boxes for me. Land, a beautiful house, positive cash flow in a growth area. And if you can afford this one, I love the display. I love the display strategy for me as a cash flow investor. Dual incomes are great, but the display is better for me as you go along. Massive opportunity there. If you can afford it, that's an awesome one. Now, this one, short-term letting of a property. Short-term letting, most of us know Airbnb. You can short-term and furnish your property. You can furnish or unfurnished or furnished, but short-term letting of a furnished property, either day by day, Airbnb, month by month, kind of short-term letting. There's specialist agents who do that. I've got a property up in Brisbane. I short-term let every 2 to 3 months. It absolutely kills it. And here you can get, again, that sort of 7 to 10% rental yield in this type of property if you know what you're doing. The challenge with short-term letting, sometimes you've got lots of money, sometimes you don't have much, and the cash flow profile is a bit up and down sometimes. Now, if you're not, if you can't handle that emotionally or economically, I'd steer clear of these short-term letting. But this can happen with apartments. Certainly can happen with houses. Not as popular with houses. Short-term letting furnished, usually in and around the cities. Again, I forgot to say, the displays in cities only. Awesome, good, strong cap cities, or the strong 10 cities in Australia. Don't go anywhere else. You don't need to. You don't need to chase cash flow out in the nowheresville. You can get cash flow in good places. And if you can't find it, you come and see us. Now, the display, again, in capital cities, the short-term letting, reason I like these ones, you can turn, I've got properties 1 and 2K from the CBD of cities that are absolutely punching out cash flow with short-term letting furnished. Absolutely awesome. And there's a thing called rental growth. The closer to the city you are, by statistics measures, the rental growth, not the rental yield, the growth of the rents over time. Closer to the city, your rents grow better. One of my clients down in Sydney purchased in Annandale, near the city there, and their rent went from $600 to $1,500 in 7 years. Huge rental growth, massive. Their property is absolutely hugely positive cash flow. An apartment close to the city, absolutely killing it, right? So boom, I like that one if you like apartments and locations, because sometimes you can get closer to the city than you can with these ones because they're further out. Now, buy room. Okay, buy room. These are typically, you've got a house, you turn it into 4 or 6 or whatever you can, independent, self-contained rooms with bathrooms and little kitchens and stuff like that. Now you've got to be really, really, really careful in this space. Really careful, because if you do it badly and you don't do it right under the code, the fire code and all that sort of stuff, and make sure you can get insurance on it and it's ridgy-dig, you can get in a lot of trouble. However, if you know what you're doing and you do get it code assessed and the council gives it the tick and all of that sort of stuff, these things can absolutely go gangbusters, sort of 10 to 12%. Okay, they can be great cash flow in cities, very close to the cities. Often these ones are a little bit more expensive. You're looking at sort of $600, $700, $800 to over $1 million for these bigger ones. One thing that we've got right now that we've been doing at Positive for our clients in this buy the room is, instead of renting these rooms to students or single people or whatever, we've been able to find a government provider, provide these buy rooms to the government, and they are absolutely producing massive cash flow, more than 12% rental yield. So we've got a bit of a contract with the government to provide and produce those sorts of properties around Australia, which is super cool. You add 1 or 2 of these massive cash flow properties to your portfolio and you'll balance this out. It'll be brilliant. One of the cash flows on the properties is close to $30,000 positive cash flow for a $580,000 house, arranged in a very specific way and built in a really good spot. So there you go. So there you go, guys. 4 ways to get high income, high cash flow. Cash flow is king. Dual incomes, displays, short-term letting, furnished, and buy the room. Not really boarding houses. Not a fan of boarding houses, but this special government thing that we're doing, big fan of that. Now, if you want to know more about this stuff, come along to our property investment nights near you. This is what we help our clients do, and we're happy to chat to you about how you do this out there in the real marketplace, avoiding the mining towns and really getting your portfolio really high positive cash flow. All right, guys, hopefully that was good today. A quick 5-minute lesson. It probably went over 5 minutes, but hopefully you got the gist. Avoid the outside, out of the good quality place areas, and find your cash flow in cities where they're going to grow as well as give you cash flow. All right, come along to one of our nights. The link will be in the video below or the post below, and look forward to chatting with you soon sometime in person. And take care. Bye for now.